Hello, welcome back. Purpose of this video today is I've just been going through my collection of Spectrum games. By that I mean the actual things that I bought back in the day when I was just a young pup last century, and not things that I've hoovered up recently. And I found that I sort of developed a habit of collecting some receipts, and I found that it's been quite a nice little trip down memory lane. And so I'm going to ask you a question, which I will invite you to, if you want to add your comments below, whether or not you used to do that, and whether or not any of the places that you used to buy from are still in existence, or whether or not they no longer exist, as some of these don't. So I'm just going to show you a few of them, basically. It's just things in boxes, basically. So I'm going to start with Tusker from System 3, which is 1989. Now, I bought this from the Virgin Game Centre. Those games places are no longer around. And the Virgin Game Centre I used to use was on Oxford Street, which was about 100 yards, I think, from Tottenham Court Road Tube Station. Now, I had a wander down Oxford Street. Basically, I work just around the corner from it, and every now and then I sort of go and have a wander. And where I think the Virgin Game Centre used to be, it's now just one of those shops that pumps out tourist tat, my mum went to London, all I got was a lousy t-shirt. One of those kind of things. So let's have a look in the box. Excuse the trousers, I'm the Grinch. Okay, and the receipt will show that I bought this on the 13th of December 1989. Now, Tusker, I never really got on with it. I wouldn't say it's a bad game. I just found it a bit difficult, and I could never really sort of get into it. I may well revisit that later. Now, I don't even know why I bought this one, Double Dragon 2, but again, that's a Virgin Game Centre purchase. When did I get this one? On the 21st of December 1989, so I obviously went back there a couple of days later. That's an abysmal game, is Double Dragon 2. I think I played it the day I bought it, and I've not loaded that tape into a Spectrum before or since. I have played it recently for a sort of worst arcade games or video that I did recently. Now, The Untouchables is a game I loved. I thought it was brilliant when I got it. It's from Ocean Software, 1989. I'm sure you all know the game. I don't know why it's got all the French stuff on the back there, but never mind. There's a very young looking Kevin Costner on the front there. So let's see when and where I got that one from. Well, I got this from a W.H. Smith's, and 30th of December 1989. Wow, so that's probably the last game I ever bought in the 1980s, the day before New Year's Eve 1989. I'd have been 17 years old. Yeah, I'm way older than that now, as we all are. So let's move on. Bomb Jack 2. Now, I bought this having never played the first Bomb Jack game, and as you can see, it includes Bomb Jack 1 with it. Now, I ended up playing Bomb Jack 1 far more than I ever played Bomb Jack 2. I didn't like Bomb Jack 2 very much at all. So, let's have a look at this receipt. Oh, it's all falling apart on me. Oh, Jones Brothers in the Holloway Road, which is North London. I grew up in Highbury. Holloway Road is part of that area, and Jones Brothers was a great big sort of one of those old style sort of Victorian what do you call it, department stores. It was once part of the John Lewis chain, but for some reason they decided to sell it, and it's now like a Waitrose or something like that. Very, very sad. But their game department was in the bottom, so we used to always sort of go and hang around there. I'll go and tidy that up later. Now, why on earth did I buy this one? There must have been stuff all else worth buying in the shop that day, because this is one of the worst games in history. It's one of the worst games I own. It's one of the worst games on the planet. It's one of the worst games in the solar system. It's one of the worst games in the universe, but I own it, and it will show that I bought it. When did I buy it? Come on, receipt, out you come. Bought that from Boots the Chemist in Folkestone on the 30th of August 1988. Now, Folkestone Boots, I used to, and their WH Smiths, buy a lot of games from, because my parents now live down in Dymchurch, but we used to holiday there every sort of school holidays. So Folkestone was the nearest big town that had anywhere that you could buy your Spectrum games from. And I don't know, did I do it for a bet? I don't know why. I can't fathom for the life of me why I bought Peter Beardsley's International Football, but buy it I did. And I played it again on the day that I purchased it, and the very next time I played it was earlier on this year when I did a video on it. Football Manager 2, yep, again a Virgin Game Centre game. So when did I buy this one? 12th of January 1990. I think that means 12th of January 1990. Don't know. I'm going to go with 12th of January 1990. I can't remember much about Football Manager 2 at all, so I probably didn't play it all that much. I'm not going to comment whether or not I thought it was a good or a bad game, because I can't remember it, so I'll have to try that out later. Return of the Jedi. Yeah, it's a bit crap. By Domark. Again, Folkestone, 19th of November 1988, Boots the Chemist. I got 5p change. I don't know why there's a dildo-shaped stain on that one. Nothing to do with me. I do assure you that. Yeah, Return of the Jedi. Well, Star Wars and Empire Strikes Back were fantastic conversions, and Return of the Jedi, you know, it's not a good game, but you've got to say they were hamstrung by the fact that, you know, the arcade game wasn't spectacular. Outrun. Now this game gets, the Spectrum version of Outrun always seems to get a load of heat for some reason. I always really enjoyed it. Again, that's a Jones Brothers one. 19th of December 1987. As you can see, I used to waste all my pocket money on games and stuff like that. Let's try and put that back in there. I'll tell you what, just pop that there for now. Put that in there, and there we go. Grisor. Now, what a great game this one is. Fantastic game. Brilliant arcade conversion. One of the best, I think. So, what does the receipt say for this one? Oh, dear, that's a bit manky. 29th of December 1987. It doesn't tell me where I... Oh, hang on. Thank you for shopping at Woolworths. Oh, good Lord. Woolworths, God rest their soul. I fancy some pick and mix now. So, let's just pop that back in there. I can't remember what Woolworths it would have been, though. There was one up the Holloway Road. But there was also one in Folkestone where, like I said, we spent a lot of time. Right, let's see. IK Plus. This one I ordered from Activision. Or System 3. And I still have the invoice, which will show that it was sent to me on the 19th of February 1988. Now, I remember this because I bugged my dad to write a cheque that I could send off to them so that I could order the game, because my mates all had it on the Commodore 64 and it hadn't yet come out on the Spectrum, and I wanted it quite badly. And when it arrived, you know, I loved it. I played it an awful lot. Great game. Great game. The Sentinel. Now, I played this a lot back in the day as well. Strangely, bearing in mind how crap I am at games, I was actually alright at the Sentinel. I used to be able to get do quite well in it. I'll have to fire this up again just to see what it's like. Now, Lord Such did say in his video that from his Your Sinclair's 100 Greatest Games that it hasn't aged particularly well. But I'm curious to see what I think of that. So I think I'm going to have a go at that. So that was a WH Smith's purchase. When was that? 31st of October 87. Again, I don't know which WH Smiths. And the final game from my collection that had a receipt that I could find is Synapse from Houston. What a great game this is. And when right, this is another Jones Brothers Holloway Road game. 24th of July, 1987. It was £7.95, princely sum thereof. I'm interested if you kept receipts, etc., because this has been really good. I can actually remember, because of them, buying some of these games, and it's been quite sort of fun, sort of reminiscing. FA Cup football. Why did I buy that? Who's on the back there? It's John Fashanu, Fash the Bash. Don't know who that is. Looks like Steve McMahon. And the back of some players. Right, okay. I didn't like this game much at all, but it was only £2. And where does the receipt say that I bought it from? That was Boots the Chemist in Folkestone as well. 17th of September 1988. Right, okay. Now, just finally, I've also been looking at, in some of the boxes and stuff like that of games that I had, and finding sort of things in there, like competition offers, etc. Now, this is my copy of Iridium, and on the front of it says, free gift, free Christmas with Houston, with Houston Consultants. And if I open it up, there's a bit here. To obtain your free Christmas gift, print your name and address clearly in block capitals, detach this flap, and send it to Houston Consultants. Now, please write clearly, this flap will be used to mail your free gift to you. Now, I wonder what that free gift was. Don't know. Right, anyway, so pop that back. And since I've started collecting other stuff, I've started to find a couple of nice little things. One of them, this game here, my friend Graham gave me, Steg the Slug from Codemasters. And I've played it. It's not a spectacular game. It's all right. It's not brilliant. But when I sort of looked through it, whoever owned it originally had taken the time to where's it gone? Come on, come here. To write down on this yellowed piece of paper all the level codes. I think that's a really nice thing to find. And I would ask you all the question, have you, in your collection, ever found anything like that? Some sort of handwritten notes or playing guides that people have made up. I don't know what all that is on the back, though. Couldn't tell you. Yeah, anyway, so that was it. Just a quick look through some of the games, a trip down memory lane. Did you keep your receipts? Can you still sort of remember when you bought a certain game because you have a receipt in your possession? Anyway, enough rabbiting from me. Thanks ever so much for watching the video. Take care of yourselves. Bank Holiday Monday. Enjoy it, and goodbye.